Hey, welcome to this edition of Car and Driver. How about we do this? How about we do 130 with Jay Leno at Daytona?
Hey, don't sell me short. We're going 145.
Sorry, do we have to do that over? All right, 145.
145. Like, we're coming up the banking now. Here's what all the professional drivers do when they hit the banking.
Daytona International Speedway for a Pontiac press event introducing the Trans Am Collector's Edition. With the help of two of the highest paid stagehands on the planet, Jay Leno and Tony Stewart. The Collector Edition is the pace car for the Daytona 500, and Leno has been invited to drive it and to autograph it. But the rules say he has to be trained to drive, so Pontiac has brought in Tony Stewart as his teacher.
So what are we doing now?
Well, I think since you haven't been around this racetrack, you ought to let me at least take a couple laps and show you the line around here.
Well, let me drive.
Jay, this is not a toy. I mean, this is a sophisticated machine here, and I don't think
what? A sophisticated? It's a sophisticated machine. I'm riding with Bugs Bunny now. It's a sophisticated machine. Look, I think we should flip a coin and see who goes first to drive this sophisticated machine. All right, what do you got?
Tails.
You lose. I'm driving.
Let me see that coin.
Get in! Okay, what do we do first?
Well, first thing you do is turn on the car. Put it in first gear.
Yeah.
And let the clutch out slowly.
Let the clutch out slow?
Slowly.
All right, here we go.
It'll be a long day. All right, let's just start in the middle of the racetrack here. Nice and safe. Stay away from the white concrete wall.
Stay away from the white concrete wall.
Right.
Of course, the gags are just part of the act of being America's #1 talk show comic. But Jay Leno is also a car guy with an extensive collection and triple-digit driving skills. But this is the first time he's driven the Daytona Tri-Oval at 130 and better.
Not real wide, is it?
Not real wide at all.
What kind of speed you hit on this track?
About 187, 188 now. By ourselves, in the draft, we'll get up to 190.
It's amazing.
We run faster with more cars together, believe it or not. This looks simple now, but when you put 42 other guys around you, this straightaway becomes...
Let me tell you, I have great respect for you guys. I know, race car driving is like sex. A lot of guys think they're good at it.
But Jay is good enough at running at speed that Daytona now considers him qualified for pace duty. Right after one more gag for the Tonight Show.
Just like PlayStation 2, huh, Tony? Tony?
And in the last year of production, the Ram Air Collector's Edition is also good enough for pace car duty right from the factory, with no modifications other than adding a set of strobes. There are to be 2,000 of these, all in collector yellow paint with black graphics, recalling the hood trim decals of the Trans Ams from the 70s and 80s. But it's what's under that Ram Air hood that makes the last of the Firebirds so impressive. The LS1 5.7-liter aluminum V8 making 325 horses, 350 pound-feet of torque. Send that through the 4-speed auto or 6-speed manual, and you've got all you need to punish the 17-inch Goodyear F1 tires and to jump to 60 in 5.2 seconds and to be a quarter mile gone in 13.6, already running 106 miles per hour on the way to a top speed of 154 miles per hour. And with anti-lock control discs all around, braking is reassuring at 188 feet from 70 to 0. That's pace car performance that needs no extra help to be ready for the banking, which is reassuring with Jay and Tony Stewart now giving us demo rides.
Hey!
I'll tell you what, he's fast. He's fast.
Who's that?
Is that Stewart leaving? Yeah. Stewart's leaving.
Hey, Stewart!
I'm not sure we're catching him.
No, I don't think so. May take a couple of laps. We can feel feel it pound though, can't you?
Yeah, this bumps over the tunnel is the heaviest stuff right about in here. Yeah, that one. Yeah, we're in the banking. What, you're indicating about 130 right now?
130, yeah.
And you watch a race, you think it's smooth, but it's not.
No, and the faster you go, boy, the bigger those bumps are. I'm just amazed how far cars have come in the last few years, you know? To be able to go around like this. I mean, you couldn't have done this in a stock car 20 years ago.
But in the last chance sale for 2002, Pontiac has packaged more performance, more handling, and more speed in the collector edition than at any time in the 35-year history of the Firebird. And for any of the other 14 times a Trans Am has paced Daytona.
140.
140, 143, 45. That's respectable.
That's all right.
And, of course, none of those other pace cars had America's funny man and car guy behind the wheel.
I passed him. Where is he?
It's Jay Leno, folks. You bet.
Brought to you by Midas. We do that.
1967, and the beginning of a legend. This was the result of GM's late decision that Pontiac would launch a version of the F-body car into the war with the Mustang. There wasn't time to make many changes from what the Camaro would be, but there was time to drop in the 400 cube engine from the GTO, beginning a story of street and strip performance that would run for 35 years. It was pretty much all Camaro in the beginning, made a Pontiac by the distinctive two-slot grille and pointed chrome bumper. In the rear, the taillight panel picked up the slotted design from the GTO. But the other contribution from the GTO was more important.
They decided to go ahead and drop the engine that essentially came out of the GTO into this F car and call it the Firebird 400, so it made it the top gun of that era.
The engine was factory rated at 325 horsepower, with a late addition in '67 of Pontiac's Ram Air option opening the scoops to feed cold air to the carb. The truth was more like 350, and the new wide oval red line tires didn't have a chance. 1969 brought the first of the Trans Am cars and set the tradition of blue stripes on white, with the larger hood scoops grabbing more air to make more power. 345 horses now to punish Goodyear's wide oval polyglass even more. But for all the performance, the Trans Am didn't sell well in '69, with just 697 produced.
We're gonna do what they say can't be done.
But the second generation changed that with a little help from Burt Reynolds in Smokey and the Bandit.
Like a bandit run.
The Screaming Chicken now adorned the hood. The largest was on the 10th anniversary Trans Am in '79, surrounding the shaker hood scoop that topped the 400, now making just 220 horses on unleaded gas, but still making 320 pound-feet of torque. The hot package was the 4-speed with a Hurst shifter, and with air dams and flares and the rare Daytona pace car graphics, it made a statement. But it would be a new direction in the next generation. The 15th anniversary Trans Am was all restraint, with no grills in front, but still with a cold air induction slot feeding the 5-liter V8 reduced to 190 horses, the low point in Firebird performance. 1989 brought the 20th anniversary Trans Am and the only production car to pace the Indy 500 without modification. The reason was a hotter version of the Turbo V6 from the Buick Grand National. It was underrated at 250 horses, since the only V6 ever to wear the Trans Am name is still the quickest, running to 60 in 4.6 seconds and through the quarter in the low 13s. 5 years later, Pontiac returned to blue and white for the 25th anniversary Trans Am, introduced as the Daytona 500 pace car, and introducing the LT1 engine, making 275 horses, backed by a 6-speed manual. And the 30th anniversary Trans Am would add even more excitement as the LS1 V8 took over the assignment of turning cold air into hot tire smoke. Now, in the last year, the last chance is the very yellow collector edition, with the LS1 tuned to the peak of F-body performance.
You start with a 305 horsepower base engine, and when you add the Ram Air induction with the WS6 package, we raise that to 325 horsepower, 350 foot-pounds of torque. So it's quite a package.
Add a 6-speed or a 4-speed automatic in convertible or coupe, and you'll get lots of badges to point out you've collected the last of the line. The Trans Am that comes with enough muscle, performance, handling, and brakes to pace Daytona with no modifications. In the final appearance at the Great American Race, Pontiac will build 2,000 of the collector edition, officially priced at $34,760 for the coupe with T-tops, or $38,830 as the convertible. The price of owning a piece of the legend in the 35th year of Firebird performance.